One Zambia, One Nation, thank you so much for joining us on the news desk with me, Amos Zulu. The top stories. Chirundu accident victims receive medical aid at UTH. The Food Reserve Agency trains depot clerks. And Mumbwa residents receive land certificates. Here are the details. All the 11 survivors from yesterday's fatal road accident that happened at Kapiringozi on the Chirundu Road have been safely evacuated to the University Teaching Hospital, UTH, and the 24 dead bodies that were claimed in the accident have also been safely evacuated to UTH mortuary. The ambulances carrying the victims, including a 6-month-old baby, arrived at UTH last night. James Malumba has more.
They are in for specialized treatment at the country's largest health facility, the University Teaching Hospital, UTH. These are the survivors of the Chirundu Kafiwe Road accident that claimed 24 lives yesterday at Kampiringozi area. Among them is this 6-month-old baby, 9 women who are members of the New Apostolic Church, and the driver of the bus. The ambulances carrying the survivors arrived at UTH at exactly 21:15 hours.
Out of the 11 survivors, the last 6 that we have brought concludes the evacuation from Chirundu to here. We do have one male, yes, because predominantly it was a bus of women, New Apostolic, they were going to Siabonga, but we did have a 27-year-old driver who has survived, but his conductor, who was male also.
Minister of Transport and Logistics, Frank Tayali, and other senior government officials witnessed the arrival of the survivors. While describing the accident as tragic, Mr. Tayali notes that the road safety profile has been threatened.
We are truly saddened with this loss of so many healthy, productive Zambians. This trend somehow must come to a stop. But I think that Zambia's road safety profile is seriously endangered and something it must give. And a lot of these must do with the services that RATSA has to offer. Driver competencies, roadworthiness of vehicles, or some of the speculations about brakes having failed. If we do ascertain that brakes did fail, it will be important to establish, did the vehicle have a valid fitness certificate? I think that these services that RATSA is supposed to provide truly go a long way in improving Zambia's road safety.
Hospital management is also saddened with this calamity and says despite the sad eventuality, the health facility has enough manpower and space.
We have enough manpower and we have the capacity and resources available and enough space to accommodate these trauma patients and any eventuality that may come because it's not yet midnight, the other calamities that may happen like that, yeah. So at the moment we are on board and I can assure the public to say that we have the capacity to manage these patients.
At about 00:15 hours this morning, the last batch of the 8 dead bodies were brought into the UTH mortuary. A solemn moment that has pierced not only the hearts of the relatives and the New Apostolic Church, but government too. For the New Apostolic Church, it has lost the gallant women who were on a mission of serving the Lord Jesus Christ, and it calls for the Holy Spirit to comfort the bereaved families. Jane Simalumba Zanis in Lusaka.
Sad development there. Now, Kabwe District Commissioner Lennox Simwambwa says government is determined to ensure that the infant mortality rate in the district is reduced by constructing maternity facilities in all health facilities. Mr. Simwambwa says government plans to construct the Maternity Annex in all the 55 health facilities.
Government is set to construct maternity annexes in all the health facilities in Kabwe to reduce infant mortality rates. Kabwe District Commissioner Lennox Simwambwa said this when a delegation from the America and Zambia Red Cross Societies paid a courtesy call on him.
When we formed government, we looked at issues of infrastructure. We gave ourselves a target of by 2024 we said we must have a maternity annex at every health facility. Speaking about Kabwe in particular, we have I think around 55 health facilities around there. And so we have set ourselves this target through the CDF funds that we prioritize and ensure that by end of next year each of those facilities has a maternity annex. I'm grateful for the survey or the program you're doing now. It will give us an informed position as well, even as we also set up these health facilities. The maternity annex is to prioritize areas which are extremely critical. We will work together with what you come up with, then reorganize our priority areas of setting up these. So if there's more areas probably where there's less cooperation or less energy to do the vaccinations, then maybe we find out reasons or probably the infrastructure issues, or is it? I'm not sure there's so many reasons that when you break down your report, will give us an understanding.
American Red Cross Society Executive Director Rebecca Strifler says the society is conducting a vaccination survey among children in Kabwe.
Looking to find un- and under-vaccinated children in the region of Kabwe. So we are embarking, this is the second pilot that we are doing, and we have volunteers going house to house and talking to families and understanding and mapping out where children have not been vaccinated or under-vaccinated. And then in turn, we are going to be talking to families and to understand why they have not been vaccinated, and then we will be coming back and presenting you and other stakeholders with the information. This is a really critical program, and that it is helping to strengthen the systems in place that will ensure that children are vaccinated. And I don't know.
And Zambia Red Cross Society Deputy Secretary General Cosmas Sakala shared more on the survey.
So I think this is the whole purpose of this project, is to help identify and to pinpoint the root cause of the problem. We have children that are not vaccinated. Yes, where are they? And if we find them, we say why. When we get that understanding, it can create good input into programming to ensuring that we optimally vaccinate our children and do prevent the vaccine preventable diseases amongst our children and contribute to the reduction of child mortality rates.
Kelvin Tembo for Zanis in Kabwe, Central Province.
Government has released over 3.3 million kwacha to rehabilitate the Chipata Magwero Road in Eastern Province. Chipata Central Member of Parliament Ruben Mutolo says government released the funds to work on an 11-kilometer road which has not been done since 2016. Mr. Mutolo said the road was very important to the community of Magwero because of the 3 learning institutions in the locality. He was speaking when he commissioned the works in Magwero area. The Chipata Central MP, who is also Agriculture Minister, thanked government for its quick response towards the release of the funds. And Road Development Agency RDA Regional Manager Ivwananji Sikombe said his office received full funding from government to rehabilitate the road. Mr. Sikombe noted that out of the limited resources, the government thought of funding the project in full because the road was very important to the community. The private sector has applauded government for providing a conducive environment in the country. Child Fund Zambia Director of Programs and Scholarships, Doris Chira, said this when she visited Lusaka District to assess progress made on the Child Fund implemented project in the area.
Child Fund Zambia, Director of Programs and Sponsorship, Doris Chira, accompanied by Child Fund Senior Human Resource Manager Masuzio Piri, took a 2-day visit to Lusaka District to assess progress on the project being implemented by her organization in the district. The Child Fund Director thanked government and the traditional leaders in the district for providing conducive working environment and supporting their work through their local partner, Child Development Agency.
I would also want to express my gratitude to government for providing a conducive environment. They've allowed us to operate even when we need their support. They come on board in terms of providing that support. Our Royal Highnesses, Chief Mpuka and Senior Chief Mbruma, I think they've been an inspiration to all of us.
On education, Ms. Chirwa expressed happiness with the progress at Chimtengo Primary School, where a fully equipped computer and science laboratories, home economics and library were constructed. She further visited the skills center, which is at 95% completion.
I first came here when there were no structures and the children were learning under the tree, the Chimtengo itself. So you can see the determination of even communities to have their children go in a classroom to learn. Today they are proudly seated comfortably in class.
She paid a Kete score on District Commissioner Luke Chikan.
So as government, we really appreciate this moment in time of even employ other private sectors to come in and do emulate what Child Fund through Luangwa Child Development Agency is doing in Luangwa.
Both Senior Chief Mburuma and Chief Mpuka thanked Child Fund Zambia and Luangwa Child Development Agency for helping to uplift the livelihood of the people in their chiefdoms.
Because your own children will be at a skill center has got to have updated
Child Fund Director visited Chimtengo Primary School, Skills Center and Sinyawagora Rural Health Center, Lista Ndumba, Luangwa District.
Over 2 million kwacha from the Constituency Development Fund, CDF, has been spent to procure desks for a school in Lufanyama District. The desks were handed over to Muwemwe Community School in the district.
This is Muwemwe Community School, where pupils have been sitting on borrowed benches from a named church, while others make use of bricks, as the entire school has had only one desk, which is also chanced by whoever comes early. Luckily, government is here to change the narrative by providing the school with proper desks which were procured using CDF so as to improve education standards in the area.
Move in tandem with a presidential directive to ensure that no child in 2023 sits on the floor. So in the 2022 CDF, we allocated an amount in the tune of 2.8 million to procure desks in approximation of number of about 1,340. So the distribution exercise began. Today we are at Mwemwe School, where we've left about 32.
The local leadership wants the distribution of desks to continue.
We are going to be spending continuous to make sure that each child sits on a desk. So as Rufanyama, we are so grateful to our president, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, for awarding, Rufanyama such a huge amount of money.
This is a game changer. CDF is a game changer. It has brought up the change that we didn't expect. To the school authorities, we are really emphasizing that they should take good care of these desks. They should not let the children just break these desks.
The gesture has also come as a motivation to the teaching staff.
This to come at this place, we really appreciate and let them continue to do so, so that we are working as well, we are motivated.
Lufanyama District has a deficit of over 5,000 desks. Reporting, I'm Agrippa Slumbwe.
Government has handed over 3 million kwacha to 22 beneficiaries in Pemba District to engage in business ventures that will enhance their livelihoods and the entire community.
The Constituency Development Fund CDF Empowerment Program, which is aimed at reducing poverty and vulnerability in communities, is slowly becoming a reality as the 22 beneficiaries comprising companies, clubs and cooperatives from various wards in Pemba District have been awarded loans amounting to about 3 million kwacha to engage in various business ventures. Handing over the checks to beneficiaries, Pemba Constituency Member of Parliament Lamek Hamwata has emphasized government's commitment to reduce poverty in rural communities.
Various wards in Pemba District have successfully been awarded loans under the 2022 CDF Loan Empowerment Program.
And under CDF Community Project component, Government has also handed over a 1x3 classroom block equipped with 60 desks at Kazungula Primary School in Pemba to enhance quality teaching and learning.
Government has built a 1x3 classroom block fully equipped with 60 desks totaling an expenditure of 621,560 and 72 respectively.
Pemba District Administration has advised beneficiaries to put the money into good use.
Nomwaba agutambula imali aya atugaberehe mugulwana ibujete agatika maumeso.
Meanwhile, Pemba District Education Board Secretary Francis Nzila has challenged teachers to put in their best.
The desks have been provided, which has really overexcited us. What is remaining is our input as teachers so that we may utilize the facilities that have been given to us.
Zanis reports in Pemba District.
One of the stories making headlines in our news, the Food Reserve Agency, FRA, has begun training depot clerks in readiness for this year's crop marketing season. Lusaka District Commissioner Rosa Zulu has since cautioned the sales depot clerks engaged by the Food Reserve Agency to buy maize and soybeans from farmers to remain committed to duty. Here are the details.
Last month, the Food Reserve Agency, FRA, announced that this year's crop marketing exercise will commence on May 1 and close on October 31st, 2023. The agency has since commenced preparations for the marketing exercise. In Lusaka, FRA is holding a two-day orientation workshop for the sales depot clerks. Lusaka District Commissioner Rosa Zulu officially opened the training workshop.
I am also informed that during this year's crop marketing season, the agents will be buying grade A, white maize and soya.
Ms. Zulu says government is buying maize grain in order to replenish its strategic reserves and that a target for FRA in the province is 300,000 by 50 kg bags of white maize.
Our target as a province is 300,000 by 50 kg bags.
FRA is working with the Department of Agriculture in preparing their sales depot clerks and ensure that they meet the purchase target for the province.
The training is a mix of theory, which we've been doing so far. Then in the afternoon of tomorrow, we'll be doing a practical where we simulate a depot and show them how they can serve customers, and any eventuality that happen in the field, they advise how to handle them.
We don't expect you to go and start pilfering the commodities that you are going to buy. We know you farmers, you have, some of the satellite depot clerks, those that are employed, they have a tendency of pilfering the commodities or find a way of stealing.
Jonathan reporting for Zanis News in Lusaka.
Still in agriculture news, Southern Province Permanent Secretary Namani Monze says international trade and travel has contributed to the spread of foreign plant diseases and pests such as the 4 armyworms in the country. He is concerned that pest control is a huge cost to both individual farmers and government, thereby negatively affecting the country's economy. Runia Sakala has the details.
Over the past few years, Zambia has seen an increase in plant diseases and pests such as the 4 armyworm, posing a threat to the agriculture sector. The problem has been attributed to human activities disturbing the ecosystem as well as international travel and trade, leading to the spread of the pests. During this year's commemoration of International Day of Plant Health, Southern Province Permanent Secretary Dr. Namani Monze, who spoke through his deputy Yolanta Malunga, called for action to mitigate the problem.
Since the introduction of the 4 armyworm, the government has been spending millions of kwacha in procuring chemicals to control the pests annually. Protecting plants from pests and diseases is far more cost-effective than dealing with full-blown plant health emergencies. Everyone has the role to play and ensuring that we stay in health environment by keeping the plants healthy.
Government, through the Zambia Agricultural Research Institute, ZARI, has also devised mechanisms to control pests in an eco-friendly manner.
We've developed the use of
biorationals, the pesticides. Yes, these are plant extracts. There's a need for us to reduce on the use of chemical or synthetic pesticides and embrace the use of botanics, which pose less toxicity to our environment, which also does not affect the ecology or any beneficial insects in our environment. Whenever we come up with a technology that deals with the pest control, we work in collaboration with the Department of Agriculture. They help us to transfer the technology to the farmers.
Farmers have welcomed this initiative.
We are happy that you touched on the pests. It is an area of concern to a farmer. We promise that as we go back, we will share with our fellow farmers who are not here. Technocrats, you can scale up so that the services reaches all the farmers in the district and beyond.
Ronia Sakala, Zanis, in Choma, Southern Province.
The Mumbwa District Women Association has facilitated for the approval of over 1,000 land parcel certificates of 500 targeted women in Mumbwa District. Association Chairperson Clare Sianjelele says the project is being piloted in Chibuluma, Kabulwe and Kaindu chiefdoms where it has a membership presence.
Village head persons in Chibuluma, Kabulwe and Kaindu chiefdoms are appending their signatures on land parcel certificates of their subjects. The development of having demarcated land and land parcel certificates has elated the village head persons.
This idea is a most welcome idea, which will actually empower our local community to make sure that they are freely settled there, and we expect that no one will displace them for as long as they have certificates that are recognized by our government.
So you find that a neighbor would interfere in another person's land, so they start quarreling. Now this, it has been most welcome, because such conflicts will end.
Zambia Land Alliance Project Assistant Officer Mufalali Samalumo spells out the importance of land surveying.
The other advantage that village will have is that they will know the exact size of their village. The village head person will be able to tell how much land he holds, how many villages he holds, and each village or each subject, each village will know the size of their land and the actual boundaries. It also improves the markings in terms of the boundary markings.
Meanwhile, Mumbwa Women Association Chairperson Clare Sianjelele now states the source of the financial support.
Funding from WeEffect, which is coming through the Swedish embassy, also paid for these land parcels. 1 million kwacha was spent for the farmers in Mumbwa. We have 12,300 members, and out of these 12,300 we have 1,500 to benefit, though currently we have certificates which are out at 1,335, and Zambia Land Alliance is still working on the shortfall.
The project has the potential of decreasing boundary disputes in chiefdoms among the subjects. Kruga Siankuru, Zanis, Mumbwa.
Minister of Lands and Natural Resources Elijah Muchiba has called on members of parliament in the region to ensure that natural resources are used to benefit the local people. Mr. Muchiba, who is also a Kelengi member of parliament, said government is keen on opening up economic development for Zambia through the prudent utilization of available natural resources across the country. The minister explained that despite Northwestern Province being heavily endowed with various natural resources and with a rich culture, the province has been underdeveloped, hence the need for the untapped potential. He noted that the province is heavily endowed with minerals. He said currently only the large multinational mining companies have taken advantage of these natural resources, while the locals are not able to exploit the mining potential due to lack of access to finance. He has since appealed to cooperating partners to help local people explore the mining sector. And now in sports. Youths in Mongo District have joined various sports disciplines in a Keep Fit exercise. The young people have taken part in the World Fitness Federation, Zambia first ever competition in Western Province.
Hundreds of people have turned up in large number to witness 2023 Mr. Mongo Fitness Sports Competition activity held at Kanti Lodge in Mongo District of Western Province. The competition championship was drawn various competitors from both the senior and the junior World Fitness Federation Zambia. After the competition, Arnold Warrior emerged victorious.
Arnold Schwarzenegger is an American icon of bodybuilding. So from that name, from childhood, people used to call me Arnold Schwarzenegger, Arnold Schwarzenegger. So from that, I just picked it up. Then that's how I developed this aspiration and became into inspiration now.
The National Sports Council of Zambia representative Menyamuya Mutare 8 people in Western Province to participate in sports discipline.
The sport must not die down. You need to take this sport to other parts of the country because at National Sports Council of Zambia, we feel good, we feel happy when sports development is taking place. We are so proud of you. Congratulations and please let's not die down.
Meanwhile, Western Province Permanent Secretary Simumu Akapiro has highlighted the benefits of sports and since called for more investment in the creation industry in the province.
The benefits of bodybuilding extend far beyond the competition itself. The sport has proven to be an excellent way to improve one's overall health and fitness. Regular exercise coupled with a balanced diet is essential to maintain good physical and mental health. The UPND government, through its manifesto, supports all forms of sport and champions the empowering identification of sports talents in all sports.
Roger Shepherd reporting for Zanis in Mongo District of Western Province.
That sporting item brings us to the end of the news, but before we go, a reminder of the top stories. Chirundu accident victims receive medical aid at UTH. The Food Reserve Agency FRA trains depot clerks. And Mumbwa residents receive land certificates. We end the news on that note. Thank you so much for watching. On behalf of the entire production team, my name is Amos Zulu. Bye-bye.